Welcome back to the Sick and Successful podcast. In today's episode, I was wrong. So I was wrong about something on Instagram, and I want to tell you about a tip, a trick, an unknown secret, something that is going to help you show up on Instagram, grow your followers, and make a difference. What is it that I was wrong about? Well, I was really thinking about this the other day. I've heard from so many different Instagram gurus and social media professionals that if you're starting an Instagram account or if you're starting a social media account for your business, don't start from scratch. Don't start from zero. No matter what you're doing, don't start from zero. Start on a page you've already had. Because you already have all those followers, say you have 300 followers, you're starting at 300 instead of starting at zero, right? That logically makes sense. And I said that a lot of the times. And there are times where I still believe that. But this is what I was wrong about. This is a tip. This is a trick that I've done myself and haven't really talked about is starting a brand new Instagram page. You're not going to hear this anywhere else because it is a lot of work. But listen, hear me out. When you start a brand new Instagram page, who are you showing up as? Or any social media page, right? When none of your family and friends are following you and you can show up on a social media platform, sharing authentically your story, the way that you are, without fear of Aunt Sally making fun of you, without fear of your parents watching, without fear of your friends judging, without fear of high school bullies like making fun of you, whatever it is, you're going to show up 100% truly authentic or as authentic as possible. So my tip to you is if you are really struggling with showing up your authentic self, if you're struggling going on your stories and telling people what you're doing for the day and having conversations and just chatting and sharing your struggles, sharing your authentic self, think about potentially starting a new page. And I want to preface that with saying, don't just start a new page about nothing and not share and just think, oh, it's going to be easier because I'm starting from scratch. That's not the point. The point is, if you have something you're really passionate about, if you have something on your mind, maybe it's starting a new podcast, maybe it's starting a new business, and you're not doing it because your fear of judgment is really taking over, this is a hack that I've used when I actually started Instagram back in 2011. I've changed Instagram pages probably 4 times. And every time is because I found myself not showing up. And I'm making this episode because I am finding a lot more that I'm feeling like I want to start posting again. And it's been a long time where I just shared my true authentic self. And I realize it's because my Instagram page kind of feels like a place where I need to be perfect, where I need to show up as the business owner as I am and not really share as many of my struggles. I feel like this podcast, I can come on here and tell you everything I'm going through because it is a place where if you're listening, you are a true OG, or maybe not even an OG, you're just a true sick and successful stan. I don't know. We should name it. We should name the community here. What are we? Sick and successfulies? Success? If you have an idea, let me know if what we can name this community. But if you're watching this podcast, you're watching it intentionally, right? You're not just scrolling and looking at photos. And so I've just found it was harder to show up online on social like I used to. And I have now kind of revived the Sick and Successful _ Instagram page, and it has been so much fun. I actually haven't even gone on stories or anything there yet because life and business and running this podcast and business and daughter and family and husband and okay. I know that when I see our clients do this, when they start a new page completely, they're on their stories. I'm thinking of a client of ours right now and actually a close friend. I know she's listening, that she is struggling with illness and just a lot with her family. She's not ill, but her family is. Maybe I'll have her on the podcast soon. You know who you are. And she recently started a page a brand new page to talk about her family struggles, and the way that she shows up in her stories there is so engaging. It's so, even though the chronic illness that her family is dealing with, I show up and I watch all the stories and I want to know what's going on, because she shares in her stories as if she's sharing with a close friend. And that's ultimately what we want to see on social media, right? When you're scrolling and you stop, it's because someone's being vulnerable, because someone's being authentic, because someone's not scared to show up. And then you wonder why your business page isn't getting likes, why your business page isn't getting followers or gaining traction, is because we aren't showing up as the true authentic versions of ourselves. So that is our quick tip today. It is something I was wrong about, is saying never start a new Instagram page. Well, now I take that back and I say, do what makes you feel best and do what's going to make you show up, okay? Let's show up a little bit more authentically. Let's show our vulnerability. Let's not make social media a highlight reel. And if you resonate, share this episode. I know I asked that in the last episode, but it really means a lot to me, and it makes me so happy that we are now past 100 and we are going on to the next season of this podcast. I love to hear from you and I love to see who you are. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, who's obsessed with these sick and successful tubes? It is freezing cold here in Canada already. We are all white. It is all full of snow, and I am in my sweater and toque and just enjoying being warm. So I hope you liked this episode. I want you to remember to always dream big, to know that it's possible for you, and the next version of success is around the corner. Thank you for listening. Mwah!